Hey guys, welcome to another ATXPocket tutorial on how to use buyer needs. Buyer needs are now, with our new features that we just released, it's a lot like an MLS auto search, which saves you a lot of time and hassle of having to remember what your clients are looking for and sending them properties. It does it automatically, just like an auto MLS search. So here's how you do it. So first we go to our buyer needs page, which shows all of our current buyer needs, but we're going to add a new one here and we'll just do a test here. So we're going to do test buyer need 2. You can pick multiple statuses at once. You can put a description. Your clients, when they get a share request that you've shared with them and they look at the buyer need, they will also see the description. One cool feature that we also added was the ability to have a search that does for sale and for lease at the same time. This saves a lot of time for you, a lot of hassle, because a lot of times, not a lot of times, but you might have a client that is saying, I'll lease first unless I find something that I like. So this allows you to do that for those people. As you can see, under this box, if I just have for sale, it shows the for sale price range right here. If I also add for lease, now we get another price range because the price ranges are obviously different. We can choose different property types: bedrooms, waterfront, pool, open house, different areas as well. We'll go over areas. You can do just MLS areas, multiple MLS areas if you want, such as those. 1B8 East. We can do it by we have acre range here, we have square foot. Now here's your sales price and your lease range. Let's say they are up to 9,000 from 5,000, and for sale they'll take up to $5 million, and we'll go from, let's say, $2.5 million to $5 million. Now there is, in order to share a buyer need, it needs to be created first. It's pretty obvious, we think, but you can't share something that doesn't yet exist in the system. So you won't see a share option when you are first creating a buyer need. It must be created first. Then you go back in and then you'll see the share option, okay? So on this form here, since we're just creating this one, we're not going to see the share section. Okay, so we're going to go down, and this is the map. Now we do another feature that we just launched, which is really cool, and this is because we had a couple agents asking if they could, if there was a neighborhood box or a way to search just for a certain neighborhood. So what we decided to do was add a polygon search, because polygon searches, you can do that plus more. You can go across those lines in any direction that you wish. So it's pretty powerful. So we can zoom out here. We can go into, let's say, Terrytown, and we have 1B and 8E selected up here. But if we wanted to, we could just start drawing a polygon any which way we like, and we can draw up to 3 polygons on the map. So let's say, well, they said that they might be interested in Old West Austin and Clarksville as well. So we can come over here and start another polygon. I'm just loosely drawing things just like that. So now we've got 2 polygons, and I'm just going to go ahead and take the areas off and just go by the polygon. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit search. Okay, so now we've got this search and we have some results. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do now is, and you also have these buttons here, delete selected shape. So if I wanted to get rid of a shape, I could click on it, and or delete all shapes. That will do that. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Now that's saved. Now I'm going to go into my test buyer need 2. This is the one that we just created. And now we can go back in here. And here we see our results. Now we see our share buyer need section. Okay. And so you have your customers here. There's a whole list of them. And this shows you how many shared with, shows you how many you shared it with. And we have a create customer button here in case you need to create them on the fly. You can now, which is great. So we've made this even faster and easier and a little smarter. So you never have to leave the page. And it auto selects that customer because you're creating that customer probably to share it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to say create customer. We will type in customer, let's see, customer, last name, person. Email is going to be customer@gmails.com. And then the password, we're just going to make something up, hit create customer. Once we do that, there it is. He's auto selected now in our share. All we have to do is hit the share button and it's shared. Buyer need shared. Okay, that's how easy it is. Now that person just received an email on their login and that they've been added to the system by you. And they've also just been added to a buyer need. So they'll get a second email that they've been added to a buyer need. Okay, so now they have a login. So when they click on the button that you want to share a buyer need with, they click on that button, it tells them to log in. They use our username and password that you created for them, and they see they see the buyer need, the results. They don't see this view. What they see is basically a version of this view. So their listings will be over here on the right. It looks just like this without all the filters. Okay, so that's what your customers will see. They'll see this, which is great, nice and easy for them. And you can go in here and adjust it at any time if you want. You can see our results are within our boundaries that we've created. And you can alter this at any time. Now, the system will constantly look for new properties. So as soon as somebody enters, as soon as new properties are entered into the system, it'll check that against all the buyer needs. And if one is found, it will send all your clients that it's shared with a email saying that it's been updated, and they can go and check out the new properties that are in there. Okay, so it's basically an auto search. They get to know. You'll also get notified as the agent of all of the new things that are coming, all of the new listings that get put in your buyer needs. It's a pretty great feature. We've been working a lot on this. So in this release, you've got the ability to search for lease and for sale, which is awesome. And you've got the ability to draw up to 3 polygons on the map. And you've got the ability to share. And not only can you just share with one person or one client or one whoever, but multiple. So if you think outside the box, you're thinking, hey, I've got 3 buyers that want houses in this certain part of town, so you can kind of make it a little more general. Okay, make your description a little more general. Share it with those 3, then you only have 1 buyer need for 3 clients. It's that easy. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to contact us at any time, and I hope you've learned something. Thanks.